welcome back to our channel, fellow Genoa City obsessives. Today is a wonderfully dramatic day to dive into the shadows of our favorite town. Pull up a chair, lean in close, and make sure nobody is listening. We have some explosive secrets to unpack today, and I promise you, what we are about to discuss will change everything. Are we alone? Good, because what I am about to tell you is something that the residents of Genoa City are desperately trying to keep buried. You and I, we share this addiction, don't we? We watch these characters, we study their every move, and we see the subtle cracks in their armor that everyone else misses. Today, we are looking at a series of catastrophic decisions that are about to detonate. Did you know that desperation is the most dangerous drug in this town? And right now, Jack Abbott is heavily intoxicated by it. He is about to initiate an idea that could lead to absolute, unmitigated disaster if he isn't careful. We are talking about the nuclear option, a phrase that has been whispered in the dark corners, but no one truly understands the devastating collateral damage it is about to cause. Something that few people notice is the way Jack Abbott looks when he has nothing left to lose. Diane Jenkins Abbott has systematically dismantled his life, stolen his historic family mansion, and left him financially and emotionally ruined. But this is the part that kept me awake at night. Jack isn't just seeking revenge. He is seeking a resurrection of his shattered ego. To do this, he is teaming up with Nikki Newman. Yes, you heard me right. Jack and Nikki are preparing to fake a romantic reconciliation. They are drawing inspiration from cheap romance novels, hoping to ignite a fiery, uncontrollable jealousy in both Diane and Victor Newman. But did you know how incredibly reckless this is? This isn't just a game of pretend. This is playing with a dormant volcano that is ready to erupt. Think about their history for a moment. Jack and Nikki share a profound, complex, and deeply passionate past. Think of the decades of longing, the marriages that fell apart because they could never quite scrub the memory of each other from their skin. When Jack pulls Nikki close to stage a photograph or a public moment, the lines between performance and reality will blur so violently that neither of them will know where the lie ends and the truth begins. And this is the part that kept me awake at night. What happens when the fake kisses stop feeling fake? Nikki is doing this to break Victor's stubbornness, to force him to realize what he might lose. Jack is doing it to shatter Diane's smug victory. But as they hold each other in the dim light of the club, whispering sweet nothings for their audience, they are walking a terrifying emotional tightrope. And let us whisper about Diane for a moment. She is sitting in the Abbott mansion, wrapped in her arrogant victory, but did you know she is entirely vulnerable to this specific type of psychological warfare? Diane's greatest insecurity has always been Nikki Newman. Seeing Jack finding solace and passion in the arms of her ultimate rival will drive Diane to the brink of insanity. She won't just be jealous, she will be dangerous. But the collateral damage won't stop there. Victor Newman, a man whose possessiveness knows no bounds, will not sit idly by while his wife parades around with Jack Abbott. The fallout from this nuclear option is going to be biblical, and we get front row seats to the carnage. Speaking of Victor Newman, let me lean in and tell you about the terrifying corner he has painted Michael Baldwin into. Did you know that Michael is currently experiencing a level of professional and personal dread that is tearing him apart from the inside out? Victor has orchestrated a flawless, inescapable trap for Phyllis Summers using Kane Ashby's AI technology to generate damning deepfake evidence of corporate espionage and bribery. Victor is holding all the cards, and he is refusing to accept any of Michael's desperate attempts to negotiate on Phyllis's behalf. Victor has given an ultimatum. Phyllis signs over Newman Enterprises, or she goes to federal prison. There is no middle ground. There is no mercy. Something that few people notice is the profound agony in Michael Baldwin's eyes right now. He is Victor's fixer. Yes, but Phyllis is his best friend. He loves her. And now, Victor is forcing Michael to be the executioner of Phyllis's pride. Victor is demanding that Michael change his tactics to become firmer, colder, and more ruthless in convincing Phyllis to surrender. Can you imagine the psychological toll this takes on a man? Michael has to look his best friend in the eye and break her spirit, knowing that if he fails, she will be locked in a cage. And this is the part that kept me awake at night. Victor might even be pulling some devious tricks, manipulating Michael into executing moves he isn't even fully aware of, just to tighten the noose around Phyllis's neck. But wait, the trap gets even more suffocating. Did you know who Victor has waiting in the wings? Christine Blair Romalotti. Oh, the history there is thick with bad blood. Let me whisper a reminder. Let me take you back to the days when Phyllis was so consumed by jealousy and rage that she literally used a vehicle as a weapon against Christine. That kind of history doesn't just fade, it calcifies into a hard, unbreakable desire for vengeance. And now, Christine is stepping back into the role of district attorney. On Thursday's episode, Christine is going to deliver some severe, chilling threats to Phyllis. She is going to look her old enemy in the eye and confirm that she is fully prepared, and perhaps even gleefully willing, to prosecute Phyllis to the fullest extent of the law if the Newman family hands over that incriminating evidence. Christine is going to make sure Phyllis understands the gravity of the situation, pointing out the deeply disturbing news that is about to break if she doesn't comply. But here is the secret about Phyllis Summers. Her pride is a fatal flaw. Even with Christine holding the keys to a prison cell, even with Michael begging her to surrender, even with Victor holding the AI evidence, Phyllis is digging her heels in. She is delaying. She is stalling, but for how long? How long can a cornered animal bare its teeth before the cage is locked? And this is the part that kept me awake at night. If Phyllis pushes Victor too far, if she forces this to a trial that could expose his illegal use of the AI, Victor won't just use the law against her. He will bypass the law entirely. He might just unleash Patty Williams on her to break her mind before she can ever reach a courtroom. And speaking of the devil herself, let us talk about Patty Williams. Did you know she is currently roaming the streets of Genoa City like a ticking time bomb? Patty has a chaotic, unpredictable energy that makes everyone's blood run cold. Remember what she did on that yacht. She single-handedly dismantled Jack and Diane's marriage with the precision of a chaotic savant, all while clutching her delusions. And right now, she has set her sights on Kyle Abbott. On Thursday's episode, Patty is going to repeatedly harass and provoke Kyle. She knows exactly how to get under people's skin, how to poke at their deepest insecurities. She is going to taunt him, perhaps about his father's spectacular downfall, or his mother's treacherous victory. But something that few people notice is the dark transformation happening within Kyle Abbott. He is no longer just the grieving ex-boyfriend of Claire Newman. He has become a hardened, ruthless protector of his father, Jack. When Patty comes to provoke him, she might find that she is poking a sleeping dragon. Kyle is already emotionally exhausted and highly stressed, and Patty's insane delusions might just push him over the edge. I am addicted to watching this new, darker Kyle emerge. He is fiercely guarding his father's fragile state, and if Patty thinks she can just waltz in and play her twisted mind games, she is going to face a wrath she never anticipated. Kyle is willing to use the full force of his power to eliminate any threat to his family. Now, let us shift our whispers to a different kind of tension, the romantic, heartbreaking kind. What about Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott? The entire town is holding its breath. Will the audience finally get to hear her answer to Billy's grand, sweeping marriage proposal, or will the show keep us suspended in this agonizing state of suspense for a little while longer? Did you know the immense psychological weight pressing down on this couple right now? Sally has just received the confirmation of her pregnancy, and we know she is carrying twins. But beneath the roses and the promises, there is a terrifying undercurrent of trauma that threatens to drown them both. This is the part that kept me awake at night. Billy is overcompensating. He is showering Sally with love and grand gestures, treating her like an absolute queen, but it is all a desperate, fragile shield. He is terrified. The ghost of his daughter, Delia, haunts his every waking moment, and the thought of losing another child is driving him toward a psychological breakdown. Sally, too, carries the agonizing trauma of losing baby Ava. Their love story is beautiful, yes, but it is built on a fault line of profound grief. When Sally finally gives her answer to the proposal, it won't just be about love, it will be about survival. It will be about whether they can hold on to each other when the terrifying medical realities of a high-risk twin pregnancy come crashing down upon them. And finally, my fellow addicts, we must talk about the blood-soaked sands of Las Vegas. The fans of Y and R are practically vibrating with anticipation to see the fallout from Sienna Bacall's shocking declaration. Did you know that Sienna is claiming she killed Matt Clark? Yes, the psychopathic tormentor who nearly burned the Newman family alive, who pushed Nick Newman to the brink of a fatal overdose. Sienna, driven by the trauma of losing her own brother to drugs, stepped into the inferno. She claimed she took him out, perhaps using the very same tainted fentanyl he used to poison Nick, turning his own lethal weapon against him. But we all know how the show works, don't we? Did she really kill him? Or is Matt Clark crawling from the wreckage, scarred, and more dangerous than ever? If Sienna truly sacrificed herself, or if she managed to murder him and walk away, the implications are staggering. Noah Newman's heart will be torn to shreds, yet he will owe her his family's lives. Sharon will have to confront her deep-seated suspicions about the woman who saved her ex-husband. We will have to wait for this storyline to fully unfold, but the anticipation is a drug in itself. We are hooked, my friends. We are bound to these secrets, these whispers in the dark. and we will be here, watching every single shadow until the truth comes to light.